Hey everyone, so welcome back to an episode of Life with Linda. Now right now I'm going to show you a special thing that I make for myself basically, actually just for myself because nobody else eats it in my house. But what it's called is, before I get started, you're going to hear noise in the background and everybody knows I have a new puppy. He's running around like a crazy man playing with his toys and smashing into things, so this is just my life, okay? So be ready, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spaghetti squash today. Now, here's the spaghetti squash. It's a little hot still because here it is. Now, this is delicious, okay? It's in the squash family, of course. It's called spaghetti squash. And what it is that you can use this as a side dish or you can use it for replacing like a starch or a spaghetti. So what I do is when I'm really being good because I have diabetes, so I have to eat low carb. When I'm being really, really good and I know I can't have that pasta, I have this, okay? It's really, really good and it really tastes very much like pasta. I mean, let's face it, nothing is gonna taste like pasta unless it's pasta. You know, I mean, we know that. But it's a very good replacement and it's a very good side dish. It's delicious, it's easy to make, and I wanted to show you guys today because, you know, everybody's eating low carb, not everybody, but a lot of people need to eat low carb, you know. It's not just keto, it's low carb is really like a lifestyle change that you have to do for your health. I know for my health, okay? So anyway, let's get started. What I'm gonna show you is how to prepare it, okay? Let me move this over, guys. All right, now, what I did first was I put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes because what you want to do is just get it a little soft because you want to be able to cut it. Now, you could put it in the microwave the whole way through. You could cook it in the microwave. I don't know how long it would have to cook in it. You'd have to check maybe 20, 25 minutes. I don't know. But I like to roast it in my oven or my toaster oven. Today I'm going to put it in my toaster oven as long as it fits on this tray after I cut it. Okay? So now what I do was, before I put it in the microwave, I'm going to cut it down the middle here now. But before I do that, I put little holes in it like that. I go all around the squash and put little holes on the area where I'm going to cut it because when you put it in the microwave, it's going to like steam. And you don't want it to like explode, so you have to put little holes in it. Okay, so that's a good tip. All right, so now you got to be very careful with this because this could, you know when it's done in the microwave, when you can do this. You see how easy that went through? That means that it's ready to be cut. Okay, now just be careful, guys, and try to get some sort of a hold on it. It's a little rough. You got to stick the knife in. I hope you can see. I think you can see this. Just go to the middle of it, hold it, give it a couple of minutes to cool off in the microwave, you know, after you're done, heat it in the microwave because it could be very hot. Okay, did one side. You see, going down the middle. Now, if you find that it's not done enough, where you can't cut it, put it back in the microwave for another minute, and it'll work. Okay, see, this went pretty easy. This side is a little rough, but now I got to use the towel because it's steaming hot. Hey guys, cool it. They often get a little rough. Just be very careful and keep the kids out of the way when you do this because it can be very, very dangerous. Now this is being difficult. So there you go, I just had to pull it. Okay, so this is it. Now, what you do is you take all the seeds out. Where's my spoon? I had a spoon here. Maybe I used it for the garlic. What you do is you take all the seeds out, guys. Okay? You take all the seeds out because you don't want the seeds in here. You can actually like roast these seeds. I've never tried it, but you just scrape it out. Okay, get all the seeds out. So this is going to be like the spaghetti, but this is the part you don't eat because it's connected to the seeds. Okay? Okay, so you do both parts. Get all the seeds out. This part and then this part. This is delicious. I tell you, I can eat a whole one of these myself at one sitting. It's really good because it's very, very low in carb and it's very good for you. Spaghetti squash is very good for you. See, this has to all come out of here. Still a little hot, so if it's still hot when you take it out, let it sit on the counter for 5 minutes and let it cool off because it's very hard to work with if it's really, really hot. Okay. All right, let's get all the little stringies out. It's hard to get them all out, but once it's cooked at the end, you can get all that stuff out. Okay, so what you're gonna do now, okay? Let's move this over. Put this over here. Now what I do is this. Okay? Put it here. I season it with a little olive oil. Oh, maybe if it was open it would help, right guys? I got these nails and they're just, I don't know, they're so difficult to do anything with. So bear with me 1 second. All right, now what I'm gonna do, this is how I season my spaghetti squash. I put a little olive oil, okay? Then what I do is I put a little, not a lot of fresh garlic, a little garlic, rub it around, just rub it around. Ooh, some seeds in here. If you get a couple of seeds, it's not a big deal. You always can take them out at the end. Of course, you don't want to be chewing on a seed, but, you know, you're not going to die if you get a little seed in your mouth. Okay? You put a little bit of garlic. You just rub it in. A little bit of fresh garlic, not a lot, like I said. Okay. Salt. You got to do liberally because you want it to taste good, okay? It won't be too salty, believe me. Salt. Pepper. Nice pepper taste. And of course my staples, garlic powder. I buy this by the fives when I go to the store. Garlic powder. Onion powder, just a little flavor of onion powder. And what I do is, oh, I'm out of butter. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna get the butter. Give me 1 sec. The puppies are quiet now. That's scary. I wonder if he's doing something because when he's quiet, that's not a good sign. If he's quiet, that means he's doing something. Where are you, Cooper? Cooper? Like he's gonna answer me, right? Oh, he's okay. You know, we all think that our dogs are gonna answer us. No, it doesn't happen. I wish they could talk, dogs. I wonder what they would say. I wonder what dogs would say if they could talk. Oh, leave me alone, probably. Stop hovering on me. Okay, stick a little piece of butter in each. Okay, butter makes everything better. You know that. Okay, if you want to omit the butter, if you want to omit the salt because you can't have it, that's up to you. And what you're going to do is, now, the butter should be a little bit softer only because when I bake this, I'm going to turn it over. So the butter might come out. So if it's a little softer, it's easier because you can rub it in a little bit. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Turn it over. This is the best way it cooks. Okay? It already has the holes in it, so it's not going to explode or anything. Let me just make sure. Just to be safe, you can poke a couple more holes in it like this. Okay? Okay, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub some olive oil on it. Just a little bit. Okay, it's on my toaster oven tray. By all means, put it in your oven if you don't have a toaster oven. Sometimes I just like to use my toaster oven because it's a lot easier. It doesn't heat up the house. You know, it's just, it's good. It's really, really good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast this in the oven for about 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. When I get it out and it's done, I'll tell you the exact time that it was in. I'm going to put it at 400 for about, I'm going to set the timer for 40 minutes and we'll see what happens with that. And when I come back, I'll show you how I eat it and what's delicious about it. Okay? Okay, see you in a minute. All right, guys, so the squash is done. It took 45 minutes on 400 to roast in the oven. Perfectly done, okay? I'm going to show you what it looks like. I already showed you a few minutes ago, but I'm going to show you now what I'm going to do, okay? Okay, here we go. Now, here's the squash here. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now, I'm going to show you. I want you to be able to see how I do this. What you do is you take the squash and you scrape it and you go like this. And you see how it just comes totally out? See that? And it looks like spaghetti. Okay? Let me show you how. This is still a little hot, but woo, it's very hot. I'm gonna hold it by the root here. Okay. You can leave it on your counter for maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes to cool off. I was anxious, so I wanted to get it scraped for you guys. But that's all you do is scrape it out, okay? It's very simple, but like I said, it's much easier when you let it cool a little bit. This is really way too hot, but this is what I'm doing. Now, it comes, there's a lot of squash in here, so try not to miss any. But you guys get the idea, right? Get the idea of scraping, the squash. Okay? Okay, now, this is what I do. Now, that's just 1/2. That gave out a lot of squash. You can have this as a side dish, like with, you can put sauce on it, like a, pasta sauce on it. You could put some, how I'm gonna have it today, and I'm gonna have it right now for lunch actually, is I'm gonna put a little pat of butter. I'm gonna put, and when you take it out and you taste it, it definitely always seems to need a little bit more salt. I don't know why, but it just does. Alexa, be quiet. That was my timer. Okay, Alexa, be quiet. Okay. I add a little piece of butter, and I add some more salt and some grated cheese and a little bit of pepper. Now I'm gonna taste it for you guys. And like I said, this could be a side dish. It could be, let me move this back. It could be, your main dish for pasta. Like I said, I have it a lot with just sauce when I'm making pasta for my family, and I feel like I need pasta, but I can't have the real stuff. I make this, and, excuse me, and it's very, very, very satisfying. Okay, so watch this. I want to taste it now. Look at that. And that's just 1/2. That's a lot of squash. A lot of squash. Okay, let's taste it, guys. Well, to me, it still needs a little bit more salt, but that's just me. A little bit more grated cheese. Make this, guys. I'm telling you, it's a secret in the food store. It's a very well kept secret. It's delicious. It's like you're eating pasta. You feel like you're eating literally something. If you're not having those carbs, this really can replace it. Try it. So good. I'm so excited. Delicious. All right. I have a couple more videos coming out. It's a surprise what it is. So get excited, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or later. Bye.